Okay, so the next one is about the business model innovation. So, as I have already explained, the business model innovation is a bit hard to analyze or explain. So, but to simplify the explanation, I'd like to introduce one good analysis method of the innovation. So that is this one, magic triangle of business model innovation. So there is a triangle, and then there is 4 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this circle is what? This circle is why. This circle is how. And then this one is who. This what means what is offered to the customer. This why means why the business profitable, and how. How is the value proposition created and delivered to the customer? So the way of the deliver is also very important. And who means who is the target customer segment. So with this triangle, we can say like this. So this part from what to who means value proposition. So how can make the value to customer? The second one is why to who here. This means a revenue model. And the third one is how, from how to who. So this means the value chain. So we can analyze the innovation with this magic triangle. I will show one by one. So the example of the Kaizen. So with this example of the Toyota Kaizen, I mean the process innovation, with this innovation, Toyota provided like this. So the what? Freedom of movement with car. And then the target, who, is for the mass. How? Via dealers. And then why? Profit from sales of automobiles. So what was changed with Kaizen? Can anyone explain this? How about target? With the Kaizen innovation, I mean the Kaizen activity, the target was changed. How about the value chain? How? I mean, how about the revenue model? So actually, only the what's changed? Freedom of movement to freedom of movement with better quality or lower price. This is the result of the Kaizen activity. The second one is produce. So how about this? I think that this one is very easy because produce, with the produce, Toyota just change the product. So target is same, how is also same, just through dealers. The why is also same, but the product was changed. So freedom of movement with better efficiency and lower carbon emission. So that is why the produce attracted so many people to buy. So the next one, the example 3. How about the Tesla's electric vehicle? As I have already explained, of course, Tesla released the new vehicle with the driven by the electricity. So it's like kind of the full electric vehicle. But at the same time, Tesla implemented many things to the electric vehicle. But it's like a smartphone, like this. So in this case, how we can analyze? Okay, so I just want to share one by one. So the what? Before, it's like freedom of movement. But with the electric vehicle by Tesla, we can say like this, a freedom of movement with clean energy and different kind of joy. Because Tesla implemented many things to the electric vehicle like smartphone. So the customer can enjoy the services. And the next one is why. The profit, usually the automobiles get the profit from the sales of the automobile itself. But the Tesla's case, Tesla can get the profit from the sales of automobiles and the battery unit as well. So Tesla has another income from batteries. So the revenue model was changed. And the third one is how. So usually we can buy the car through the dealers, but the Tesla started to the direct sales. So there are no margin from the dealers. It's also different. So the value chain was also changed. So the target. So usually the car is just for the masses, but for Tesla, they change the target. Main target, I mean, for the individuals and the companies who are environmentally friendly. So usually this kind of the customer can pay more than masses. So that is why the Tesla is very, very succeeded. So like Prius the case, I mean the product innovation case, the Toyota changed just one thing from this triangle. So I mean only this part was changed with Prius. But the Tesla's electric vehicle, it seems like just a change from the gasoline car, a hybrid vehicle, and then electric vehicle. But actually the many aspects also changed like this. So in that case, we can say the business model innovation. Okay, I just want to conclude this part. So what is the definition of business model innovation? So the definition is like this. So if the change more than one thing in what, who, how, and why, we can say, oh, it is business model innovation. Okay, so actually the name of this session is business model for innovation. So not the business model innovation, but I explained this business model for innovation as innovation by business model. Okay, so anyway, I would like to show another example of the business model innovation because I have still have time. The first one is Dell computer. Do you know Dell? I think it's very popular in Indonesia, Malaysia, and other countries also. So the Dell computer is a bit different from the other computer companies like TOSHIBA, Asus, something like that. So usually the computer company provide this kind of the models. So the product, what is a pre-configured computer, and then the target is private users or companies, just masses, and why, I mean how they can get the profit. So the retail margin, high inventory cost, positive cash conversion cycle, and then the how. Build to stock. So before the order, they have already produced the product, and then after the order, selling through the retail network. So, but how the computer changed this model? So like this. The target is same, just a private user or companies for masses, but the product, they give some opportunity to the customize the computer so that you can change the amount of the hard disk, you can change the CPU, you can choose the memory, something like that. So it's the customized computer. The why, the how. So usually those manufacturers build and produce the first, and then after the order they can sell. But the Dell built to order system. So after get the request or order from the customers, they will build the laptop and then sell through the direct sales. So they changed this part as well. And then why? So because they can sell their computer through the direct sales, so the profit will be reduced because they can skip the retail margin. And also after getting the order request, they will produce. So it's not necessary to have the inventory cost. So just with the inventory, a lower inventory cost, and also after the order, they will produce the product. So that is why they can get the cash first. So the conversion cycle of the cash also negative like this. So first they can get the cash, and then they will assemble the computer. Yeah. So the many things was changed. Yeah, actually, the computer itself is not so changed. Just very the common way of the customizing. Just change the CPU, just change the memory, just change the hard disk, the amount of the hard disk or something like that. But the value chain and revenue model were completely changed. So that is why we can say their computer's cases as the business model innovation. The next one is Nespresso. So do you know the Nespresso? Yeah, it's offering the coffee. So if you need to drink the coffee in your home, usually you can buy the coffee powder in the supermarket, and yeah, something like that. But Nespresso changed something about this model. So it's like this. So the product is coffee powder, but usually the coffee powder, but the Nespresso sell some kind of the package. So it's actually the coffee capsule and the machines to produce high-end quality espresso. And then the target is not the mass market, but high-end household or the office markets. But maybe if you stay in maybe the luxury hotel, you can drink the Nespresso in the rooms as well. The target is like that. The how. So this is also similar to the Dell computer. So they don't sell the Nespresso's coffee capsule through the supermarket, but they can sell it by themselves as a direct sales. And another one is why. So just to sell the coffee powder, the many producers have to pay the retail margin to the like a supermarket or something like that. But because of the direct sales, they don't need to pay the retail margin, and also they can also sell the coffee machine or so. So the Nespresso also offers the many changes. So that is why we can call this case business model innovation as well.